Hey guys, it's CSFan001 here, welcoming you to, I believe, part 17 of Let's Play InFamous Second Son. Last time, we got through some more story stuff. For the next video or two, it's going to be lots and lots of side quests and side work, because there is a lot of stuff left to clear out in the first island, and I would like to get through some of it. Because we've sort of been neglecting this island for a while. Okay, so this one's 100% cleared, this one's almost cleared, this one's good. Alright, let's work on these two districts today. So yeah, this is going to be the next video or two, is simply just going to be clearing out these first two districts. Or just some of these first island districts, just because we've sort of let them, I guess just not done them, just sort of put them off for a while. And I think it's time to go back and finish them, get some extra blast shards, all that good stuff. Oh yeah, and I'm finally starting to get over my allergies. I'm still not 100% yet. I mean, like I said before, it's because of all the pollen this year. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm getting closer, and by the next session after this, I'll probably be back to 100%, so that's good. Oh yeah, and I'm about to start my senior projects with exams over. Got senior projects, actually looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Because for us, our senior projects, we basically go for 4 straight weeks, like work in the real world for like 30 hours a week. It might be shadowing doctors is what a lot of people are doing. I am working at a governmental center. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how all that stuff works. So I am definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, but we do that. We have to do like 2 blog entries a week. That's not really bad. But then we have to do like a huge presentation at the end and a real long paper. It used to not be as much, but our so-called administration decided that it had to be more anyway. Yeah, looks like he's having some difficulties with his bike. What's the rest of it gonna look like?
A man, a plan, and an aerosol can.
But hey, it's basically 4 straight weeks. Technically like 5 straight weeks, because the last week of, which is like Memorial Week, we don't even do anything. Or, I mean, we do presentations, but aside from our one presentation, we just have to sit there and listen to everyone else's, so... Yeah, it's kind of nice. I mean, I'm no more exams or anything. I'm basically... Hey, dude! Is he gonna shoot at me? Yeah, you're not very smart, are you? You couldn't even tell that I was a so-called bioterrorist? Good job, dupe. Oh, wow, I just killed a civilian, probably. Let's get out of here, because I don't want to lose my karmic streak. Yeah, you guys are such good soldiers with your job here, because I just jumped down, clearly using conduit powers, and you're like, oh, well, we're not going to attack you because we're not smart enough to realize that he's a conduit. Or a bioterrorist, as they like to call me. As usual, though, I want to save my Radiant Sweep for the, what's it called? For the District Showdown, just because it makes the showdowns lots easier. Okay, really? These glitches were not happening in my first 2 playthroughs of the game when I was going for trophies. And now, like, all the enemies are literally glitching through objects. Like, he just ran through the car! That is not good game design. I'm sorry, but that is not good game design. That should not be happening. That really should not be happening. Just saying, developers, that should not be happening. I mean, how many years did you have to work on this game? Like, 3? It's been like 3 years since the previous game came out. I mean, the PS4, I don't know how long exactly the PS4 has been in development. Okay, whatever, I'm not gonna discuss that any longer. That's just something that I think could have... Oops. Fail. I was trying to land on top of that thing. Maybe you can't. Alright, Delson, stop falling in the water, please. Okay? New strategy. Delson loves you too! Maybe. I don't know, because I don't know who you are. There we go. Drain that shard. Yeah, man, I love that power. Run and jump. This kind of looks... That area kind of reminds me of, like, the terminals at, like, an airport or something. What do you guys think about flying? Like, do you guys like flying? I mean, it's not my favorite thing in the world because of, like, the TSA and all, but it's not that big a deal. I mean, it's obviously much faster than taking a car, and I'd much rather, you know, fly a few hours in a plane than drive for, like, 3 days to go across the country or something. That's just me, though. Statistically speaking, flying in a plane is far, far safer than driving. But I don't feel like discussing that right now because it's really irrelevant to the game. Oh great, now I gotta kill off these enemies before we can do the audio log. Oh wow, I think I hit him with the phosphor beam. Okay. Alright, they're all gone. So, there are no more enemies here, just saying. I don't see any more enemies. There it goes. Okay, where's our next audio log gonna be? Let's head up to the top of this thing for a better view. Or get stuck on the 3rd floor. Let's see if I'm just trying to do the... There we go. Exactly what I was trying to do. Okay, it looks like it's in this direction. Oh, we're very close to it, okay. Oh, we're draining neon, too. Oh, I see it. Right here.
I'm surprised you to know that the DUP wasn't always made up of concrete conduits. They experimented with a number of abilities. They needed something visually strong, easy to train, and versatile. This proved harder than I imagined. All the plant and organic abilities made people uneasy. Wire proved way too hard to control. Paper didn't convey strength and security. Surprisingly, glass was a strong contender, but eventually proved too difficult to master. Augustine's concrete ability more and more became the only obvious choice. She was the poster child of the DUP. It made sense her ability would be the one imbued in all the troops.
Now that is actually a really interesting little audio log there, because that is talking about so many other types of powers that are not seen in any of the Infamous games. I mean, I don't think they didn't bring up electricity there, which was of course Cole's powers, and the powers used for, you know, the first 2 whole games. And it didn't discuss smoke or neon or video either. But that was a lot of different powers that we have not actually seen in an Infamous game. Okay, looks like there's 2 more things to do here. Security camera down here. And 1 more blast shard. It's off to here. Yeah. I mean, that was some interesting other things, like wire, paper, glass. That's actually really interesting, because that's a whole lot of powers that, like I said, we have not seen before in an Infamous game. So I'm wondering if that's not going to be a reference to whatever the next Infamous game may be, because even though this game really does not, as you guys will see, does not make it look like there's going to be a sequel to the game. I mean, it doesn't necessarily set it up for a sequel, sort of like Infamous 1 actually kind of did with Infamous 2, but I don't know. I mean, I would not be surprised if there's another game for this, maybe like 3 years down the road. I could definitely see it happening, just, I don't know if it would be like a whole new superhero by then or what, but I guess we'll see whenever that comes. So most of these districts are cleared. We'll clear out this one when we head over here. I think this would be the obvious choice for a district now. But I mean, another thing I gotta wonder is, Cole only ever had electricity. That was his only power. It was the only power he had for the first 2 games. But, great, I think I pissed off the DUP again. How do they see me from up here? I didn't think they would see me. But what really does not make as much sense to me is, where do they figure out all these other power types from? Because electricity was the only power used by Cole. It was the only power he knew. But then you have smoke, neon, and video, and concrete that are the power types of this game, of course. But where do they even find all these other types of powers? Like, how do they discover them, I guess is the question. Because, I mean, Cole obtained his power from the Ray Spear, and... Ow! That actually freaking hurt, dupes. I mean, he obtained his power from the Ray Spear at the beginning of InFamous 1. And then, you know, he would stand near electricity and accidentally drain it, and that's when he realized that he had powers. But, you know, where did they figure out all these other types of powers from is something that I have to wonder. I mean, did someone just randomly stand near, like, a power line wire or something, and that's how they found wire, or they somehow, like, drained glass out of windows or something? I mean, I just gotta wonder. It's kind of odd, I guess. Okay, shady guy wearing a hat. Let's see if we can find him. I mean, now that we have the infinite run neon, though, it's going to be... These missions are very, very easy, because you can chase them for as long as you need to. Oh, there he is. Aw, hey, you weren't supposed to see me, dude. Only reason I wasn't firing at you is because I didn't want to kill a civilian. Hey, he's fast. He's a fast little guy. Civilians, you keep getting in my way. Please get out of my way, civilians. Thank you. Yeah, get a new job or else. Ooh, we'll be ready for a district showdown soon. Yeah, secret agent missions are much, much easier now. I do like that because they were kind of annoying at times. Hey, tower. Goodbye. I love doing that. Hey, are these dupes ever gonna learn? Probably not. Okay, so yeah, that's something that I may have never mentioned as well, was the destroying the auto turrets on top of the vehicles. You don't actually have to destroy the vehicles because it's the auto turrets that are the problem. Whoa! Hey, hold still. Hold still. I love neon, it is so strong. Okay, we're just gonna break it with that. I mean, video's cool and all, but... And it's got a really cool power with it being like a machine gun and all, but really I just find neon to be the strongest type you're going to have for the majority of the game, because we don't get our final type of power until you actually beat the final boss fight. So there's a very real possibility that you won't get too much use out of it, and actually we won't really get any use out of it because that's going to be like the last thing I do. Is going to be that fight. So because of that, we're not going to get, in this Let's Play, much use out of it. And the reason I'm doing that more because, I mean, it obviously, for one, it's fitting for the final boss fight to be, you know, the finale. I mean, that makes more sense. But also because I don't like running around with some super overpowered power in that sense, because our last power type, it doesn't have a karmic streak, but it's insanely powerful. Like, it can kill enemies really fast, so that's kind of why I don't want to use it, because, I mean, it can really make some of this stuff a lot easier. So, I don't really think it's a good idea. However, we will be using it in Cole's Legacy, though, for the DLC. I assume. Now, I have not yet played the DLC, and I don't intend to do it blind. I want to have played through it once before, so, yeah. But I assume that you get to use your powers and all, so I don't know. I guess we'll see when it comes to that, because that's going to be the last thing done in the game. It's going to be done, you know, post-game. Ah, it's a DUP guy running for his life. What could he be running from? What is he running from?
Just made the world a little better place.
Oh, that's actually really funny. Okay, I gotta admit, that would take some serious skill to do. That would take a while to paint. Unless he just kept using the same outlines over and over again, but still, that looks like it was fairly complicated. I mean, Delson is making art, not vandalism, especially when it's against the DUP. It's certainly not vandalism, it's definitely art. Okay, so now that we're down below 30%, it is time to do a district showdown. Alright, let's do it. Now that we've got a Radiant Sweep available, district showdown.
Hi, you have reached the DUP helpline. Do you have a bioterrorist incident to report?
Yeah, this is Delson Rowe. Do your worst.
Hold, please.
I love how that time he doesn't even waste time lying. He's just like, yeah, I'm Delson, come do your worst. He doesn't even waste his time. That is a lot of enemies. But we have a Radiant Sweep that's going to take out like half of them. Alright. Sweep them off. Okay, that got 8 of them. Wow, that was it. Very easy, thanks to another Radiant Sweep being used at the right time. Okay, more custom jackets available, all that good stuff. Okay, so there's still a little bit to do here. We've got another, that looks like an audio log and a couple of blast shards, so let's go do those. Okay, for a second I thought you guys were just random civilians, but no, you're drug dealers. When are you going to learn that drugs just do not pay, buddy? I mean, this is a good message you're sending to gamers, is don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. Because it will just end in you being subdued or killed. Oh, you're a civilian. Sorry, I almost fired at you. So yeah, don't do drugs, kids. It's not good. I got a funny story, actually, to talk about with that in... Well, not necessarily funny, just bad story to talk about in the next video that I want to start it out with related to drugs. It didn't affect me or anything, but it's interesting what happened. It's not in that direction, it's off in this direction. Oh crap, wrong way, wrong way. Not over here either. It's down here somewhere? Getting closer. Oh, it's down here, isn't it? I would assume that means... There it is, I can see it. I can see it flashing.
Crazier this city gets, the more it just proves Augustine was right. Conduits and humans can't live together. We're too different. Too dangerous. I mean, think about it from their side. Humans have a bad day, they might punch a hole in the wall or crash their car. Conduits have a bad day, and the body count is in double digits. Conduits are in a completely different way from humans. I'm not like Augustine, I don't have some grand vision for how all this should play out. But I do know I don't want to live out my golden years to find my neighbors, or worse, in a prison camp.
Yeah, that is, I guess, kind of true, because conduits are a whole nother, basically, group. I mean, they have the ability to do pretty much anything they want. I mean, they can kill whoever they want, they can move really fast, they can turn invisible, all that stuff. I mean, think about it. I mean, they really are in a different weight class, like he says, and it seems difficult for them to be able to coexist with humans. But hey, I mean, you never know. Never know what might be able to happen, what people can accomplish. People can do some pretty incredible things. I mean, you can coexist with animals, you can coexist with conduits, I would think. Oh well, we'll deal with that some other time. Okay, so with that, guys, That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the districts up here are now cleared. And only these 2 remain, and this one's almost done. So, next time we will be working on these 2 districts, maybe even clearing both of them. So, see you guys then.